Bookmarklet tool, and we're going to go over scheduling as well. All right, here's what this means. Let's say you're in your Posterous account, and you're like, you come across an article online. So I'm going to open up a cool website that I recommend you all save, and I'll give you guys this URL as well with the notes for this recording. This is the best source of real estate news. And the URL I gave you here is the one I'm pulling up right here. So here's the whole point. I talked about DJing content and sharing content that's having to do with the real estate market in general, meaning you don't have to be a Pulitzer Prize winning writer to create great content for your networks. But what you would have to be is a good commentator, whatever that phrase is. You'd have to be good at adding commentary. So here's what I mean by that. Let's say you're like, you see a blog posting here called Pending Home Sales Up Unexpectedly. It's from MSNBC. So let's say you click on this blog posting, and for some reason you're like, you really like this article and you feel that it's relevant to your market, let's say, and you want to share it. Well, normally to share this article it'd be many steps. You'd have to take the link, you'd have to go into your admin panel, you'd have to hit post, you'd have to do all those steps basically. And on top of that, let's say you want to share this with your networks. You want to share it on Twitter, you want to share it on Facebook along with your commentary. That's a lot of work. But Posterous has a cool tool that they call the Bookmarklet that basically lets you auto post from your desktop with a few buttons. And here's what I mean by that. First, let's find the Bookmarklet tool. So what you want to do is log into your Posterous account, and when you log in, you'll be on a page just like this. Alright? And on this page, scroll to the very bottom where it says posting. And if you're lost, simply click under your sites, click on the button here. You're going to scroll down and you're going to see a thing here called Bookmarklet. All you're going to do is click on this Bookmarklet link, and here's what's going to happen. Under the Bookmarklet, you see here when I hover over this share on Posterous, how it tells me to do something. That little arrow comes up and it says click and drag the button above onto your bookmark bar. Well, here's my bookmarks bar. You might, if you're using Internet Explorer, it might say a different thing. It might tell you to save it as a favorite. Regardless, here it's going to have the same functionality. So I'm going to show you what I mean. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm dragging it. See how I drag it into my bookmarks? And now I have a tool there called Share on Posterous, right? So here's what this does. Now let's rewind. Who cares about the technical? How does this work? Who cares about this stuff? I want you to look at here's how it actually functions. Here's how you're going to use it. So now we have our cool little Bookmarklet tool. It's a sharing tool. So now let's go back to that concept I talked about. You're not an author necessarily. You're like, you don't have anything to write about at the moment. You're wondering, what do you share on your website? So what you share are cool articles that are relevant to your area. All right? So the example I talked about was Pending Home Sales Unexpectedly, an article from MSNBC. So I open this up, and let's say if I'm like, hey, I like this article, I want to share it on my website. What I would do is I'm going to highlight some of the article. So see how I highlighted some of the article right here. And this assumes I read it. So I highlight some of the article, and now I'm going to click on Share on Posterous. So I click on Share on Posterous and watch what happens. Pretty much, now I have a box that's going to let me see how it says title, just like the email box was title, but excerpt. We have all that content we highlighted. It's saved already, and it already links back to MSNBC, which is this original article here. But now under your comment, we have a section to add our commentary. So this is what you do now. When you don't know what to do, when you don't know how to create content, what you do is you share content that's relevant to your market, but you add some commentary. So I would say, let's just say this is my custom content that I'm adding. And it doesn't have to be a novel, just a quick blip. So, a paragraph. So I'm adding a paragraph of why am I sharing this? Maybe I'm telling them maybe I'm saying, look, pending home sales unexpectedly rose in February, across the US. And then I say, here's how it's relevant to, my city of San Francisco, my city of Marina del Rey, my city of Newport Beach. and I add a paragraph of my custom commentary. By doing this and then hitting post and then putting in our title, or the title becomes the same posting, but I would probably change this title actually. Let's change this title to you know, pending home sales are up according to, and then we say who, like, you know, according, whatever title you want. I'm just making this up, really. There's according to MSNBC, right? And then now I'm going to go ahead and click on post, and what's going to happen is the following. Once this thing loads, it's still loading. It takes a little moment. So basically, once this thing loads, while it's going, here's what's happening. I did a posting here. You see this test repost, and it's all ugly because I didn't do it right, but basically this was a blog posting here, right? Well, this same blog posting appeared here on our networks and everywhere else. So I'm showing you right now with this example. I don't know what's up with it right now. Well, something's acting up right now with it. And let's just do it one more time then. I'll do it quickly, just to show you the example. So this is our custom content. We go ahead and hit save or post. Okay, so this is acting up. I don't know why. Let's just go to a different article. I'm just going to pick some random one just for the sake of it now. So this is just a random article. It's not really relevant. I'm just picking it just to show you the actual functional demo. Alright? So here's some of our article. I click on share on Posterous. And by the way, I have a whole separate video tutorial on this part that I'm going to give you guys with this recording that goes into it in a much cleaner way. But just for the sake of the example, let's just keep doing the quick version. So now we click on post. For whatever reason, that's just not going. It just may be coincidentally a temporary bug. But basically, here's what happens. You see here how on the site here and then on Twitter they had this, check out this article that goes to a CNN article. What I'm showing you is how using this tool called the Bookmarklet tool that we have just gone over. Using this tool, basically we're able to go to, using the tool here called the Bookmarklet, we're basically able to find any content that we like and simply click on one little button like I showed you here, add your custom content, and then hit post and have this update your blog and all your networks. The reason why this matters is because you're going to come across an issue of saying, what do I say? You know, you're not, it's going to be hard to create content. So since you can't create content, share content and add some extra commentary to it. Now you're going to have to watch my separate video tutorial. It's a quicker one. It's like 8 minutes, straight to the point, showing you how this tool works. And I show you, and I talk about using your keywords in your title and everything for SEO. But basically, the whole purpose of this is to help you with the content creation process. In combination with when you're off the computer on the field, let's say you're at an open house, using your email from your phone to send to post at Posterous, in combination with finding great articles to share, that becomes a great source of content for your blog. And when you do that every day and you do it consistently, this is what helps you move up the search engine rankings. When you have done what I talked about with setting up your social networks with the advanced settings, how I talked about putting your keywords and everything under auto post. Remember the advanced settings? When you do that, in combination with sharing content from anywhere, and this site that I included, the URL that I included here for the best source of real estate news, this pretty much has topics on every real estate topic you could imagine. So there's plenty of content you can find and share. All right. So doing this, and in combination with posting from your cell phone creates a lot of great content for your website. And then when you have your keywords used the way I showed you, it's gonna help. It's for sure gonna help you move up the search engine rankings. All right. So now I just want to kind of close it out with just a conversation